Hello everyone, welcome to the video. My name is Cosolix, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys 10 tips in Brawlhalla in 10 minutes or less. Hit that like, subscribe, comment down below. Comment down below any tips that you think helped you and stuff that can help other people. Let's get right into this because we only got 10 minutes. Tip number 1. Learn every combo for your kit. If you don't know a true combo of your two weapons that you play or whichever character you play, there's a problem. Learn every single option because using your options is very, very important. So if you don't know how to hit a true combo 10 out of 10 times consistently, practice it until you can. This is something a lot of people don't want to hear. I know a lot of people in like low diamond who don't even know how to hit certain true combos, but this is something every player will have to face eventually. Learn how to hit your combos. Tip number 2, practice movement constantly. If you aren't doing anything between stocks, you could be practicing your movement. And this is something I really like to do. Things like dash dancing, dash jump dancing, jump fast falling, dash jumping, spamming dash, dashing forward and backwards, dash dancing. You get what I mean. Maybe double jump and then like X pivots and then also ledge cancels. Like there's so much movement that comes into Brawlhalla. So practicing your movement as much as possible is very, very important. If you don't know all the movement options that you have, watch a Brawlhalla movement guide. And whenever you're in between stocks or you just want something to do, practice your movement. I like to dash dance or dash jump dance, and this is something that got me into a good place, and I'm in a good position now because of it. Tip number 3, main easier legends. This is not a tip many people want to hear, but the character you play can directly correlate at the skill level required to perform well with it. I believe a player can main any legend in the game, but with that being said, Taros is easier than Caspian. Or Taros is easier than Scythe. Or Taros is easier than Gauntlets, okay? I'm not saying that everybody should be maining Taros, but understand if you want to move up in the rankings as quickly as possible and you are in like gold elo, then there's characters you can play with your favorite weapons that make it easier. If you like guitars, stop playing Asuri and start playing legends like Sentinel or Ragnar. It's just easier and the weapons complement the characters better. If you don't know which characters that you should main, then I'd recommend watching a video on the best legends in Brawlhalla. Just search it up on YouTube and find one from a good source. This is not a requirement, but this is a tip to get better at the game, at least in terms of elo. Obviously, every player will have to learn the hard way if they want to go pro, but there's ways to improve immediately by just picking a different character sometimes. Meta can also change, so recommendations in this video might be different from a year from now. Tip number 5, play in as many tournaments as possible. Getting practice in the most intense situations where both players are trying your best is the most optimal practice you can get. Doing whatever it takes to win is fundamental to improving, and playing in tournaments can create that sense of, or that experience more often than playing ranked. A lot of people don't care about their elo, but everybody cares about doing well in tournaments, especially if it's for money. So play in as many tournaments as possible. I'm going to link down below a website where you can find Brawlhalla tournaments. You can also go in-game and hit on the community tournaments tab, and you can find tournaments there. Even if you don't think you're going to win money, play in as many tournaments as possible and try and beat your peak rankings in that tournament or your peak standings or whatever, okay? Push yourself and try your best to get better. I know you can. Tip number 6, watch pro gameplay and tournaments. Immersing yourself in the Brawlhalla community is key for everybody's success. I myself, when I was a plat player, I used to bring my laptop to school and I played against bots in the hallways, and I would watch egg soup and defensive and birth-in videos as much as I can. I remember watching a Jeopardy video with like egg soup and others in it, and Dobrin hosted it. And this is like back in 2017. You can look up Brawlhalla Jeopardy, but I used to watch it in a Starbucks just at lunch in school, because I cared so much about the game. Like, if you really want to go pro and improve, do whatever it takes and immerse yourself in the Brawlhalla culture. Learn more, and if it's something you like, then dive in as much as you can. Tip number 7, understand your most common mistake. So, players at all elo, including myself, will make mistakes, and people make the same mistakes multiple times in a row. Obviously, it's hard to know what mistakes you're making, so what I recommend you doing is watching your own replays. Play a tournament or a ranked game where you lose and watch it and understand every single time you get hit, you have made a mistake. So understand, why are you getting hit and what common things are you doing that let you get hit the most. Those common things you can fix and they could make a big difference. For example, maybe you're not dodging back to stage properly and you're dying too early. Or maybe you're not hitting a true combo and someone's dodging out and punishing. Understand what you're doing wrong, take note on it, and do something to get better at it. If you can't get back to stage, go in training room and watch the options you use. You could also watch pro play and see what options they use. And understand what options do you have to even get back to stage. This is just one example, but this works for every mistake you're doing. I myself all attack in disadvantage state, and I've acknowledged that. So if I want to get better at resetting neutral, I need to stop attacking in disadvantage state as much as I do. And that's at the pro level. Tip number 8. Warm up in training room for 10 minutes a day. Every time you play Brawlhalla, before you hop into ranked or anything, go into training room and hit your true combos for 10 minutes straight. Before my first ever LAN event, Shine 2017, I was streaming 1 hour of training room every single day for a month straight. At Shine 2017, I ended up beating the ranked 2 player in the world at the time, first thing in pools, and I placed 7th in the tournament. The point is practice pays off when you put your heart and soul into it. And all I'm asking for you to do is 10 minutes in training room and practice your combos before you hop into rank. Hitting your combos and hitting difficult combos too, like down light nair on gauntlets, can be the fundamental reason you win or lose games. And make sure you're practicing, again, 10 minutes a day before you hop into any rank. I'm not saying you have to play Brawlhalla 7 days a week, but let's say you're playing 4 days a week, make the most of your practice and train and practice in training room. These last 2 tips are a bit more practical things you can do right now that will get you better at Brawlhalla. And they're weird things that you've never heard before. Tip number 9, 1v1 your friends in bubble tag. Yes, you heard me right. Bubble tag is a phenomenal game mode at improving your neutral skills. If you set it to 1v1 and you go to like first to 10 or 15, the player who hits the opponent first gets a point. And this is the fundamentals of neutral. I wouldn't recommend playing Katars in bubble tag because Neutralite is kind of broken for it, but every other weapon, it's perfect neutral practice, and it rewards the player who wins neutral. And neutral is arguably the most fundamental part of actually winning a set in Brawlhalla, at least at the pro level. So play bubble tag against people who are equal, if not better than you in skill, and learn how to beat them in it. It's a phenomenal game mode for practicing your neutral, and it's a great way to just improve in general. And it's really goddamn fun. Tip number 10, try and beat a bot without getting hit once. I used to take my laptop to school and I would play against the bots, and I would set the bot to hard and I would 3-stock the bot without getting hit once. And the reason why this is good practice is it trains you to learn how to not get hit. Using your movement and avoiding players is the key to improving. I'm not saying you need to run off the stage, but maintaining ground control while also not being able to get hit is fundamental for everybody who plays Brawlhalla. It's super important to learn how to dodge and weave attacks and punish effectively. And playing against a bot when you can, just in like, you just go couch play and you set it to 1v1, you put a bot, set him to easy, try and 3-stock him without getting hit. If easy's too easy for you, go to medium, then go to hard, and then go to expert or whatever it is, and then go to chosen. And if you can beat a chosen bot without getting hit once, I will bow down to you because you're godly. Other than if you actually cheese the bot. Anyways, we're past 10 minutes on my recording. I think it's less than 10 minutes. Bye, love you, subscribe.